Hello, good morning. We are the Outsiders, and today we will present a research work called Overcoming Emotional Barriers, Use of Artistic Murals in the Emotional Expression of Children. The reason why we have chosen this topic is because more and more children have problems expressing their emotions and feelings. Since children tend to spend most of their evenings playing video games alone at home, so they have stopped socializing as it used to be done. We have decided to use art to help them express their emotions because children normally feel much better expressing themselves drawing or painting than talking. We also believe that making this mural in an anonymous way, but with the teacher explaining what has been added, it is very helpful for students to understand better their classmates, as they will be able to see that many of their peers have the same emotions, feelings, or fears as they do, and it will help them feel more comfortable to express how they are in the future. Carrying out this type of activities will be very beneficial for children to develop their emotional intelligence, as in addition to expressing themselves, they will be able to understand how their classmates feel. So carrying out this project benefits them in a double sense. The main objectives of our project are to establish a method of artistic work in primary education that allows students to overcome the barriers they face when expressing their emotions, understand better. The main objectives of our project are to establish a method of artistic work in primary education that allows students to overcome the barriers they face when expressing their emotions, understand better the emotions of their classmates, and appreciate the similarities and differences in the way of being of their peers.
Now I am going to explain the methodology and technique. In this case, we are going to carry out the work very aware of what the children do. Specifically, it is based on what they draw and the answers they give us when we ask them what they wanted to represent, so we will not have quantitative data. Since the way in which we are going to carry out it will be first to observe what they do, collect notes, and then analyze all the observations we have made to draw conclusions. Because of this I have just said, the methods used will be qualitative methods. In addition, we use inductive reasoning because it goes from the specific, which is to analyze what each student represents on the mural, to the general, which will be to determine that this activity on a general scale does work. In addition, inductive reasoning has the advantage of being expansive. That is, the conclusion contains more information than is contained in the premises. In summary, this project is about a logical inductive study and a descriptive study, because this type of research studies the characteristics of the population being studied. In this case, the characteristics of the students in a descriptive way, and therefore without using data and percentages. It is also a phenomenological study, because phenomenology is a qualitative research approach that focuses on the common aspects of a lived experience within a particular group. To identify these common aspects, we will use the interviews that we will do individually with each student. Now I'm going to talk about the development of the project. We are going to address the problem of emotional expression barriers with the elaboration of a joint mural. Each child will add a part to the collective mural that reflects the emotions and that they are feeling and anything that they would like to exteriorize. They will do it individually, as they will feel more comfortable to express how they feel, and they will just explain what they pretend to represent with their picture to the teacher. When all the students have done their part, the teacher will put the mural in the whole of the class and will explain without saying who each part is what each drawing represents, so that the children can better understand their classmates and see that they are all in one way or another different. This will be very useful for any child who is facing problems in his daily life and is not going through his prime. In addition, studies such as that of Mendoza Cerrón, Lucia showed the enormous relationship between intelligence and emotional well-being and academic performance, so it is essential that students feel good about themselves, which is what we seek to achieve while working with this. After exposing the significance of the different pictures, people will be able to share with their classmates what are they feeling at this moment if they feel like doing it. And not being able to go to a class in a school to carry out this project due to COVID-19, we decided to go with the children or family and friends, who we asked to draw how they felt and how they would describe themselves. Since we could not take the mural to all houses of the participants, we had to tell them to make the drawings on sheets, and then we transferred them to the mural. So we made the mural with the drawings ourselves, to reflect how the work would have been if it had been carried out in a class.
This mural is made of a number of drawings with which it is intended to represent some emotions. In the first drawing we see that a beach has been painted. This drawing aims to represent happiness and calm, associating this state of mind with this landscape. The next, in this case a painting, is intended to represent danger. This he does through a kind of fire creature that looks angry. We believe that it is influenced by the movie Inside Out. Later we find a more abstract drawing in which the hand has been stamped using different colors. These colors represent the different emotions experienced by the author. So red represents anger, yellow joy, black sadness, green shame. Through the following painting, the author wants to represent sadness. In this case, she does through a dark and rainy day. And the last one wants to represent scare. In this case, the author has painted a big ghost in the middle of the paper with a black background behind.
To evaluate the student, we have made a rubric through which it decided not only if the student had managed and achieved the objectives of the activity, but also evaluate the participation, the interest and the attitude that have been presented during the course of it. We evaluate in the rubric and if the pupil has original ideas to represent in the drawings, respect and empathize with the emotions of other peers, if the student shows interest in the process, if it participates actively, and at the end of the activity he is aware of the importance expressing his feelings and emotions. I'm going to talk about the analysis of the results and the conclusion. And about the results in general, we are very happy because as we specified in the previous table and rubric, all the pupils have achieved all the objectives of the activity and they have a lot of fun during the course of it. So we are very happy in that aspect. Talking about the conclusion that we have obtained during the course of the activity, in general we are very happy, and the children we have used have been very participated and excited during all the course of the activity. In addition, they have a lot of fun and none of them have shown any difficulties during the representation of their emotion. On the contrary, they have had some very interesting ideas. The times of the activity have been respected and we wish we haven't done it during a pandemic, so it could have a lot of more participation of other children.